welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, Budge.
It's a pleasure.
Awesome. Have a seat.
But he was asking me about my background and everything, so I was telling him. And at that point, I was president-elect of the Orlando Association, and he looked straight at me and he goes, "I've never met anybody who was into the association that could run a business." So I'm thinking, well, this isn't going very well.
Nope.
But I looked straight at him and I said, you know what? My job is to prove you wrong. I think it's great visibility, and I think it's you give back to the brokerage community, and I have every faith that it's going to come back to me, and it did. And I think the way you earn trust is by knowing that it's the consumer that is your ultimate customer. It is that group that you should design everything around. It's not all about the broker, it's not all about the agent, it's all about the consumer. And somehow we need to get away from the zero-sum game where everybody needs to win or lose on that side of the table, and everybody should respect the value that the other party brings to the table. And that's easier said than done, especially the larger you grow. But NRT is an interesting, for me it was a great experience because it was highly disciplined. Everything is measured. Everything is about how to effectively run a business well. There's probably several things, but I think probably first and foremost, I think the nature of the brand itself is something that today there is this whole conversation about, does brand matter? And I always say the only people who don't think brand matters are people that don't have a brand. And because everybody has a perspective about brands, and everything you do, you judge and immediately have an instinct as to your perception of value of a hotel or car, anything else as a result of branding. So there is that concept of the brand. It is part of being larger, something larger than yourself, and there's a sense of pride of being affiliated with a brand that you feel good about. And I think that's what our industry strives for, because you have this constant argument between whether it's technology or whether it's sales skills that will rule the day. And it's such a ridiculous argument. The reality is that you have to have both in order to be at your best. Well, in the sense that there was a flight of capital. And the reality is that when you look at things like most of the acquisitions and things, they were, in the best term, is a shotgun wedding scenario where people were doing things as a result of they had no choice. We are finding that it's not only you've got Berkshire Hathaway, you've got NRT, you've got others that are now entering the acquisition space. And so there's more options out there available now. There is more, I believe there's going to be more investors that are going to be returning to the table that may be sources of capital for real estate companies to expand in the future that certainly were not there in prior years.
All right, so thank you.